desktop with you so that you can see me opening up things and all that. All right, so I'm going to go to, you see my desktop, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to open up my PowerPoint now. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I opened up a template. So I'm going to show you again how to get to a template if you didn't already. Who has a template already?
I got mine.
Okay, cool. All right.
I got the same one you got.
Okay, okay, all right, all right. So we'll see if we can find the same. Well, let's see if we can locate it. All right, so I went to File, and I went to New. And actually, mine's is really right here. It says Fun Vacation Presentation, which you can type. If you don't see it, you can go ahead and type it in the search window, put Fun Vacation Presentation and press the search button. And this is the one right here. This is the one that I have if you want to use the same one. Okay. Ooh, that's finger looking good.
You're talking about me, Tracie.
Okay. All right. So make sure you pull up that one or just one that you might have. Leroy, you okay?
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to go back to the one that I had. When you click on this, just double click on it and it should open up on your screen and you should come to the presentation. And this is my first one, first slide here. So some things that I want to talk about would be how to navigate the slides themselves, not the content that's on it, but what we can use to navigate. So looking at my screen, you see that I have this navigation pane over here on this left-hand side.
Yes.
And in that pane, you can make it larger or smaller. So if I go to the line on that separates my regular slide view from my pane view, and I point there, I get a double-headed arrow. And with that double-headed arrow, you can hold down your left mouse key and you can drag left and right to increase or decrease the size of that window, okay? So I'll make it a little bit bigger here where you can see it. The other thing that you can do with this left-hand pane is you can move slides around. Like here's slide number 3. I can move it to the number 1 position if I point to it and hold down my left mouse key and drag it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's
so
cool.
I can move my slides to different positions. The other neat thing that I can do is right here, I can delete a slide. So if I decide I don't want a slide, I can just select it and press my delete key on my keyboard. Or I can right click on it and delete. Okay. Here, delete slide right here. Okay.
Okay.
And while I'm here, right clicked, I can duplicate the slide. So I can add another slide in, the same slide if I want to. And let me explain what that's good for. I want to explain something here. When you are creating slides, and this slideshow does not apply, it doesn't apply. But maybe you've seen slideshows that they look seamless, meaning that when the person changes from one slide to the other, you might notice like the titles stay in the same place, but they change, but they stay in the same place. Certain things on that slide will stay in place. And so that's what duplicating is good for, because when you duplicate a slide, everything stays in the same place. Also, when you have a slide and you have a title, for example, here's my title on this slide. You see that?
Yeah.
Divider slide. And I'm going to copy. Well, here, let me do this first. Let me show you in slide view first. And I'm hoping you can see this. I'm hoping I don't have to stop share and start again. But I'm going to put this in slide view. Okay. Now, can you see that my slide is bigger now? It's full screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to just scroll across using the arrows on my keyboard. I'm going to change these slides. You see the second slide?
Yes.
Right. You see that title that says divider slide?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and press my arrow again. And you see how my title there changes. Now my title is on the other side. It says text layout, okay? So the titles move around, but you might not want the titles to move around. And unfortunately, to get out of this, I have to stop sharing, and then, because I can't just escape and then share again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my, I'm going to change my, where my title is. So I'm going to go to this one, and you see that divider slide. I'm going to click on it, click on a line on the box. So I have selected everything, and I'm going to press Control C for copy. And then I'm going to go to another slide. Let's see, let me find one. Let me find one that will work here. Ugh. My mouse has gotten stuck here. It's not working right. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a minute.
Okay.
Okay, my mouse is getting kind of stuck a little bit. Okay, so let me find another slide here. I got it on copy. Okay, I'm going to go to this slide here, and I'm going to paste this, paste it. Okay, you see that? You see what that does? You see how it puts it in the same exact place that the other one was?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put these slides, I'm going to take this one and put it next to the other one, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to, let me see if I can do this. I'm going to stop share and go back to the other one. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm back to the other one, and I have, let me get rid of this window here. I have this divider slide. Now, when I press my arrow to go to the next slide, yeah, unfortunately, it didn't work for me. Once I get out of it, it's not going to go anywhere anymore. So I'll have to go back to this slide and do it again. Okay, so I'm going to share.
What arrow did you punch to go? Which arrow did you push to go to the next slide?
Oh, I just went to, let me move this out of the way. You mean when I had it in slide view in the big, where it was really big?
Yeah, you said now.
I used the arrows on my keyboard.
Oh, right.
I could use my mouse too. I didn't have my mouse in my hand at the time, but I could have used my mouse also. So let me do this. I'm going to click on, you see where I am, right? I'm going to click on this slide and make it bigger. You see where I am, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to make it bigger. And now I'm going to move to the next slide. Do you notice that that title did not move? You see that? Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yes, I see where divide slide did not move.
Right, it doesn't move. So what PowerPoint does is when you copy and paste, it puts it in that place. It pastes it in that exact place. Because remember, with PowerPoint, we're only using boxes. We're using boxes and we're using pictures and we're using shapes. So it places it in that exact place. So that's really good when you're trying to line up your information on a slide to look really nice. And that makes the difference in a person that really knows how to present. When they present, they're making sure that they line up their slides in such a way where the audience's eyes are not constantly going back and forth and all over the place. Mm-hmm. When I was in the classroom, we would create projects at the end of the class. I don't know that we'll get to do it here because we were really only having like 3 days of class, but maybe we can continue with it. But what I'd like is for you to come up with a slideshow of your own. And that's what we did as part of the class. And it had to be 5 slides, at least 5 slides. And most of the time it was about something that you accomplished or vacation or something like that. But one of the things I talk about is that when we learn to use PowerPoint, we like to put in all the bells and whistles. So we want to put in animation and we want things moving, you know, and we want to make it really fancy. But what happens is your audience's eyes are kind of all over the place. Okay. Yeah. So you got to have it so that you're actually listening to the message rather than trying to keep up with all the bouncing balls, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of the things about PowerPoint. I mean, you can just do so many wonderful things in it, but more is not always better. Okay. All right.
So you said you could use that duplicate something for
if you want to show you.
If you wanted to put that divide, whatever that title you put on all of your slides.
You could do it on all your slides.
That divider slide thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can put it on whatever you want.
So one by one, you just copy and paste.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The only time now, Mamuna, I'll tell you, the only time that you can put something everywhere at once is in slide view. So let me just show you that real quick. We're not going to use it here, but I want to show you where this is. Do you know in Word and in Word, you can do it in Excel too. You ever use the header and footer?
Yes.
And so you know that with the header, you can type it once and then you can put it on every page as long as you don't break the page, right?
Right.
Well, in PowerPoint, you go to View and you go to Slide, where is it? Where's the Slide Master. And I'm going to go ahead, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and click on Slide Master. And this is your slide master. So all the stuff that's on here appears on every slide. So where it says chart slide right here, it's just a box. It's a box. Okay. And so it allows you to put something in that box, but that box is going to be right there in that place. Okay. So let me go to the first one. Here's the title one. You see that?
Yes.
So in the title, all of these shapes that you see, they're put in on the master. So that anytime you have a title page, you're going to get those colors in that place. Okay. So now, and here they have designed, they designed each one of these differently in the Slide Master. But I'm gonna show you, look on the left-hand side.
Okay.
Look on my left and see this right here. See the blue and then the little reddish fuchsia color there. Well, they also repeated that down here. So they wanted the same kind of design here, okay?
Okay.
These two right here have the little dot, but this one is the only one that has a little circle over here, okay? So if I were to duplicate that slide, I'm gonna go find it and duplicate it, all of these things that you see here go with it.
Oh, okay.
And because it's on the master slide, okay?
Okay.
So in PowerPoint, you design your master slide if you want to, so that it will have, like you might want a logo, but I do that.
Yeah.
So I go to the master slide and I put my logo on, and then my logo appears on every page. I also put a page number. I put a slide number. So let me see, this one doesn't include, well, actually, maybe it does. I didn't see where it included slide number, but see right down here, it might be down here because every one of these slides has one of these. So it might be there. So I'll check that out.
Which one is the master slide?
Well, I'm in the master slide mode right now.
Oh, okay.
I went to view and then I went to slide master.
Okay, so that's the slide. Okay,
so all of these have been set up as masters. Master.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah, so when you duplicate it, whatever's there in the master goes along with it. Okay?
Gotcha.
So now I'm going to go back to the normal slide. I'm in view. I'm going back to normal. And I'm going to look at these, and sure enough, they do have numbers in them. So I'm going to, let me zoom in so you can see it and make this so you can see it. So let's see here. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can get this without going to the next slide. There we go. See it? See there, it says 5?
Yes.
Yeah. So when I go to the next one, I'll just scroll down. Let's see if it'll go down to the bottom. And there's 6.
Okay.
Okay. So all of these little, let me go here. All of these little areas right here, these are page numbers, slide numbers. Okay. And that was put in, as you saw, on the master slide. So there is a place there where you insert, it says page number. You can insert it on the master slide and it knows to number every slide. So that's how the master slide works.
Okay.
Okay. I just want you to know it exists. I just want you to.
That's the first one you want to make, is the master.
Well, no, not necessarily. Not every slideshow that you have, you're going to want to do that.
Oh, okay.
It's only if you say, okay, there's certain information, just like with a Word document. If you want a header because you want a certain title on every page, then you're going to use a header. But if you only want the title on the first page, then you're probably just going to type it on the first page, right?
Oh, gotcha.
Well, it's the same thing. You know, if there's certain information that you want to appear on every slide, you go to the slide master and set it up.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then I put this in here. It's kind of ugly, but I put this in here myself.
Oh, no.
Yes, but I'll show you how I did that. Okay, so continuing with navigation. So you see this slide here? You see up above where I'm pointing, it says new slide?
Yes.
This is very powerful. So I'm going to click on this down arrow and just show you what's in here. You see this?
Yeah.
So these are the different ways, even in the master slide, that these can look based on this theme, because this is a theme. These little little shapes that look like little bullets, you know, those, that's a theme. So here they have it set up, and this is really wonderful. It's really a great thing to use that you don't have to set up yourself, okay? So when I scroll down here, if I want a slide that has a heading, and then it has two boxes here for me to insert information, it's already set up for me. So if I click on that, you see, I get another slide. You see that?
Yeah.
And you see, this is what the slide really looks like in terms of the setup. You see?
Yeah.
And then in the slide, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this a little closer. Okay. In the slide, you see what it has here? It has little icons. These are little buttons. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is why when I'm teaching basic 1 and basic 2, this is why I always say that it is so important that you save your files under the correct folder. Because if you want to find a chart, or a table, well, this is inserting a table, so that's different. This is inserting a chart. But if they were files, you would have to go find them. So you save those under documents. Here is inserting some smart graphics. The thing is that when I click on this, it's going to open up those particular windows so that I can get to that. Here's pictures. If you save your files for pictures under pictures, this is going to take you right to pictures. Here's online pictures. This is going to take you to the internet if you have internet service. And here is video, and this is going to take you to the video folder. So when I click on, say, table, it's going to ask me, oh, how many rows and columns do you want? And it's going to put my table in. If I click on chart, it's going to show me all the different charts that it has, and it's going to allow me to insert a chart.
Okay.
And I don't know what, I do have a wireless mouse, and it's acting a little crazy today. Okay, and then here's shapes. So I can choose a shape here. I can choose some kind of, I don't know, organization chart or whatever, okay? I can choose from this list, okay? And then pictures, it opens up my browser and it opens me up to pictures. So you see that purple that I had?
Mm-hmm.
It was this picture.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the online pictures.
No, these are the pictures. I took this picture.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is my vacation to Cuba, so I took that
Wow,
picture.
that's pretty.
Mm-hmm. But I turned it to that purple color.
Oh, I see.
You know, that's what this is up here.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have online pictures. Now this one takes you to the internet, the online pictures.
Okay.
So here you are, you know, we could go to Bing or wherever, but that would be going online. Okay. And then videos, it takes you, I don't have any videos, but I can choose video from YouTube. Oh, that's so wonderful. I could choose a video from file. Okay. So do you know that if you took some video and they were really long, that you could upload them to YouTube? Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can. If you have a Gmail account.
Yeah, I uploaded some pictures from my iPhone when I was doing this the other day with my granddaughter, and some of them are videos inside of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do have some videos on my computer now, so I could put that on there.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
you could. You
that's
could.
neat.
And when you're at a, you know, like a family gathering or something, and you're taking a little video, just upload it to your computer. That's what you did. That's what you and your granddaughter did. You uploaded it. And now you have it where you could actually put it in a presentation, or you can just run it on your computer if you want to, or you could give a little show. Remember I said you can buy an HDMI cord and plug into your computer and then plug it into your TV. And I think with televisions now, you can upload your own files on television.
So I can put it on my TV.
Yeah, so if you put your video on YouTube, it's a private channel. All you need is your Google account, and you just open up YouTube, and you upload it to YouTube, make it private, and then you can watch it on your TV.
Oh, that's neat. That's neat, especially on, you know, on the holidays when you with your whole family, y'all want to look at the pictures and stuff. That's neat.
Yes. Yes. I mean, it's just some great stuff that you can do now that is so easy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, you got to do the due diligence. You know, you got to sit down and work with it. But really, compared to what you get, you know, how we used to, I mean, how much would it cost you to get somebody to download a video for you and put it on a disc? You know,
they cost a lot.
And now you do it yourself.
Yeah,
you know,
that's good.
Yeah.
Like
okay. All right. So that's the way this sheet is set up. And of course, you don't have to use this. I can click in this and I can type, you know, I can just type some information and all that stuff will go away. All right. So don't feel like you have to use this. Microsoft has just set this up for you as a template to make your life easy. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so now I can move this around. I can move it down, pick it up and drag it, and move it in another place. Okay. Or I can delete it if I want to. All right. I'll leave it just for a minute because I'm going to show you some other things. Okay, so let's see. Oh, the other thing that you can do here, let's see if I can select all. But I can actually change my theme here too. So let's see, if I'm here, I'm going to go to this top one and just see if it asks me if I want to change all of it. So bear with me. So I'm going to go to this top one here, and I'm going to go to design, and I'm going to change the theme. So let's see, what can I change it to? That changes a color. Let's see what else. That one changes a color. See, oh, that one's nice. I like that. So that one.
It keeps your design. It just changes the colors and that.
Yes. So yeah, I like that. So here it is. It's a little bit darker than it was. Yep, it keeps your design. It just changes the color of the theme. Okay. Let's see if I click on that one, I get the green and yellow. The only thing it didn't change was my pictures, of course. Okay.
I like that green and yellow. That's pretty.
Right. There we go. Okay. And then within that green and yellow, like, let's just say that you like that particular design, because see, it added this to it, didn't it?
Yeah, I see
that, right? So I can click on this one, and now, now it changes it and changes it all to a purple color.
Okay.
Yeah, so that makes it really easy. Okay. All right, so that's, let's see if there's anything else here. Duplicate, delete, new slide. When you, I didn't mention that when you want to add a slide, let's just say you wanted to add a slide here. You click on new slide and it duplicates it. You see that? It duplicated it, the design of it. It didn't put all the text in, but it did duplicate that design.
The design on it.
Yeah. The other thing that you can do is go to your home menu. And I didn't mention that when you click on that down arrow, that you can also go to, I don't see it here, a blank. Yeah, here's a blank. So it'll keep the design, but there'll be no text or anything on it.
Okay.
Okay, so you can start from scratch. All right, so that's it, I think, for that side. It does have a format background, so over here, it places it over here. It places it in a pane over here. So if you want to change your background, you can change your background. So let's see, I want a solid fill. So, and you know, here's the nice thing. You see that window that popped up there? You see it?
Yeah.
Well, you see the colors in there? You don't normally get those colors. What it's doing, it's mapping the colors that you have.
Oh.
Okay.
And the colors that you might want as an accent. That's what it's doing.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So if I decide I want the background to be, I think this would be too much, but I'm going to click on, no, I'll click on a lighter one. Yeah. So now I have a pink background, and you have to go down to this button that says apply to all. Otherwise, it's just going to do it for the slide that you selected. But if I click on apply to all, it now applies it to all my slides.
What did you do? Apply to all? Where is that? I don't see it on your.
You don't
down
see
at
me
the bottom.
pointing to it?
Yeah. Okay. I just see your face, but I see it now over your head.
Where did you pick up format background from? Where it was just over?
I was right clicking. I was going through the choices here for the slides, what you could do with the slides in this navigation pane.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. So format background is one, but when you click on that, you got to look over to the right, because it's going to open up another pane for you to change all your colors. You know, change colors and So I could go to pattern fill, and I could go down here. Now this is very light, you can't hardly see it, but I can put in a little pattern. So now I got stripes in my background.
Okay.
And that's pretty cool. Let's see what I was on here. Boo-boo. It didn't, let me go back again and see if it will. Let me do it again, because maybe I was selected on some other background. Oh, let me see if I can. Oh, there it is. Okay. There it is. I didn't choose the slide over on the other side. But you see little stripes in there?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now I think I'm done with that side. Okay, that's a lot. Now, the other thing that you have is you have, do you see the buttons that I'm pointing to?
Okay.
Different views here?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my normal view, the view that I'm in now. Here's my slide sorter view. So when I click on that, I'm gonna zoom so that you can see them, all of them. You see
okay.
there?
Oh,
So
it
now
lets you
I
see
have
all
my slides here where I can see. And, you know, you could do this over on the left-hand side also, but I can, you know, move my slides around. I can put them in an order that I want easily.
Okay. That's good.
The other thing that I can do is I'm going to choose a slide here. See this slide 12? That's a very bold slide. So when I put my slides in slideshow view, I can see, of course, all my slides. But if I go here and I right click and I hide the slide, then it's not going to show up in the show. I'll just move it up here so you can see. I don't have to go through too many slides to get to it. It'll be slide 5, okay? So it should go right from 4 to 6.
Okay.
But what I wanted to say about that is that this is a wonderful way that when you create, I have created some really big presentations. And I actually kept them, you know, and somebody might have said, well, you know what, that's a lot of slides. We don't need to go through that many slides. And then I'll say something like, well, what can I skip? What can I skip? Or what can I, you know, add to another slide? So I go through, and if, you know, sometimes you're doing, when I was working, I would do a presentation for management, and then I would do a presentation for all other employees. The presentation for all other employees was longer because it had more details in it. But I really only needed to give a overview to management. So I could do one slideshow, and then I could hide the slides that I didn't want to show for the management team.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just saying that you can create your slideshow, but if you want to shorten it or whatever, you just hide the slides that you don't really have to show. Maybe you can just speak to it. So I'm going to hide, I hid this one, and I'm going to click back on the first one, and I'm going to put this on slideshow view. And
how do you get it on slideshow view?
I'm going to show you when we get back because we're going through those buttons right now.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So I'm going through it. I just love that slide. I love that. Use that. Okay. And so you see, I've gone through 7 slides now. You didn't see that one with the all that blue on it, right?
No,
you didn't see it. Yeah, because it's hidden. Okay.
Okay.
So I got to stop sharing and share again. Okay. All right. So, okay, so we're in that view, and let me just see if there's anything else there. The most of what you will get here is being able to sort it the way you want and being able to hide. And of course you can delete, you know, whatever you want to do, but it's a nice way to see your presentation all at one time. And maybe you have to get through and skip over to a slide even during your presentation. You can go here to do that, or you can just use your arrows and flip through.
Can you right click on one of the slides again?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
What is that add section?
Let's see, add section. Let's see what it does here. Uh-oh. Untitled section. So, and you know what? I had these, it's separate. Oh, this is a good way to separate your slides too. So it's separated, I guess, from the point where I was. No, I might have been clicked on this one, but it's separated. So I'm going to undo it. Let me undo. And Control Z is undo. If you're, yeah, so see right here, I was on number 7. So when I right clicked and I went to add section, it's separated from number 7 on.
Oh, okay.
And it's another section.
And just let you know where you stopped at.
Well, yeah, and I can title it here too. So let me see. Let's see here. I just created another section by accident, or I got rid of something. Let me do Control Z again, bring it back. Okay, but yeah, it just splits it from this point on. So I don't know how. I'm gonna put it into a section again, add section. And I'm gonna go here to slideshow. I'm gonna start up here, like right over here. And I'm gonna put it on slideshow again and just go through it and see what it does. No, it doesn't look like you know it. Doesn't look like you know that it's a different section.
Maybe it's just dividing,
Yeah.
like if you had a slideshow where you maybe want to do one day, if like for vacation, you might say this is from Monday, this is from Tuesday, and you could divide it into days or divide it into whatever.
Maybe so. Yeah, maybe so. Or time of day, you know, afternoon and evening or
subject.
Something like that. Yeah, yeah. So that's nice. That's nice. Okay. And let's see, was there anything else there? Format, background? Yeah, so it has pretty much the same thing that was over on the other side. Now, publish slides, that is, you know, if you like Google Drive and YouTube and those, you can put out, well, YouTube is mostly video, but I have put slides out there before. But anyway, this is when you want to have a presentation. I used to be in a gallery and I used to do the slideshows that would run on my monitor. So when customers came in the store, they could see the activities that were going on and everything. And so I would publish those. And you can put and make it as part of internet also.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So again, I'm down here at the bottom and I went over to the slide sorter. So now I'm going to go to reading view. So let's see what reading view does. Well, it makes it really big, I guess, so you can read it. And I can use my arrows and go through it. So it's not necessarily in slide in slide presentation view, but it is in a view where if I want to pull it up, make it bigger so that I can check it, you know, just proof it. I can do that, or practice, you know, just practice with it. Okay.
So how are you moving it where it sits in that view and you can just go from one to the next? What are you pressing?
My arrows on my keyboard.
Oh, okay. The up and down arrows,
Left and right.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, up and down will do it too, but it's easy to use left and right.
Left and right one. Okay.
Yeah.
It's also down at the
And
bottom. Oh, I'm sorry. On the bottom of your slide, all the way to the right in the corner. Is that slide? If you click that, would it automatically do a slideshow by itself?
No, you have to actually do the animation on it. I'll show you. It's called transition, actually.
Okay.
I'll show you how to do it.
Okay.
But here, you know, the other thing about this that you just made me notice is that you're not in slideshow view, so you can see your taskbar.
Right.
And you can still see your buttons.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You can still see your stuff down here, right? This is your status bar. Tells you how many slides you have and what slide you're on right now on the left-hand side.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you still have all this information. So this is wonderful. This is actually what I need to share right here. Okay. All right. So the last view is your slide show view. So in that view, you see you don't have any taskbar or anything. It's just totally on the slideshow. Okay, full screen slideshow. Okay, and you have some little buttons here to go left. You can go left and right with these buttons here. But you know, using your mouse or your arrows on your keyboard is just as easy. Okay. And with the remote controls that they have, like what we have in the classroom, you can move automatically just by pressing your remote control. So whenever you're using a slideshow, if it has a projector with a remote control, you can definitely use it to move your slides. And you can be talking, you know, moving around the room and talking. Of course, with a wireless mouse, you can do the same thing. Okay. All right. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And so if you are learning to do some photography or whatever at Lou Walker, This is a fantastic tool to use to show your work. Really wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go back again. And I'm gonna go back to my normal view now. Oh, I did miss some things here. In the reading view, you're okay. But in the slide view, you also have a pen. You have a pen and pointers. You got a laser pointer, you got a pen, and it's very light here on the left-hand side. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if I want to use a laser pointer, there's my laser pointer to point.
Wow.
Okay. If I want to use a pen, I can write on it. Okay. So I can go up here and circle this. So, okay, with more help. If you have a touch screen, this is going to be a lot easier. And then I can erase what I put here, so I can erase that. Okay. Okay.
Amazing.
And a highlighter. So if I want to highlight something in particular, I can highlight it. I don't know why my mouse is going up, but anyway, I can highlight if I want to. That's a little better. Okay. And then of course I can, I need to go to eraser. Okay. I can erase that. I made a whole bunch of little marks I can erase. Okay. And let me see, was there anything else here? Oh, erase all ink on slide. And of course you can change your colors. Okay, and then for this, I can do this mode and then just go choose. I was saying I could go choose a slide if I want to. So I click on that and it will show me all my slides. It doesn't say what this is called, but anyway, it allows you to see your slides and scroll up and down. So if somebody says, go back to slide number 3, you know, then I can do it this way rather than having to use my back and forward arrow to go all the way back. I can zoom in. That's nice. That's a nice feature. Okay. And of course, now how do I get it out? Oh, it's so big.
Huge.
It's so big now. Okay, I pressed escape and got back to it. Okay. And then I have 3 buttons here where I can say last viewed, show presentation view. In the screen view, nothing comes up here, so I don't know. Let me click on it. Black screen. Oh, okay, white screen. So if I'm not showing anything, and then I can still show the taskbar on here. Bob, ooh, they really updated this thing. And then, and then on arrow options, let's see, automatic, visible, and hidden. So maybe my arrow on my
arrow.
Yeah, I press hidden. Now you can't see my arrow on my mouse. You can't see it anymore.
Oh, the arrow. Okay.
I'm moving it around, but you can't see it. There it is.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So really, it's just so doggone powerful. It's so doggone powerful. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I just wanted to do those navigation things with you, just so you know it's there. I'm going to go back to the normal view. Let me do that. Actually, I can just put that up in the corner there. But I'm going to click on my normal view. And let's go ahead.
Where are you clicking to get normal view again?
You remember these buttons across the bottom?
Oh, the bottom. Okay.
Point to them so that you can see what they say.
It says normal.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Slide.
Okay. So I'll be at the first one, the first slide. And of course, we know how to move the boxes now and change the size, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
do.
And do anything to the boxes that you think you need to do. Just by right clicking on the box, if nothing else, you can right click, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And see what your options are. Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead and do you have a template there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to work on this template right here because I just love this cool background. I just love it. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and then I'm just going to work on this one. So let me, one of the things I want to do is I wanted to get this little bullet item off, but what I did was I put it in the master slide, so I can't move it. Okay.
I actually like your little bullet.
Okay.
I like the sunrise.
Yeah, yeah.
Once you told us what it was.
Yeah.
You can't tell that's what it is when you look at it.
I know. It's nice.
Yeah, and I got a link in here that's still here. See, it's still there. And when I press it, oh yeah, I'm gonna pull this out of here because I don't want that. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I pull that out of there and delete it. I'm good. Okay. Because it had my little templates there for me to add pictures or whatever. So I'm going to go to this one. I like this. And I'm just going to create it from scratch. So you want to work with me? We're going to create a slide from scratch. Okay, so you got your slide number 1. And I'm going to click underneath it. Okay, click underneath your slide. So on the left-hand side, you can see a red line across right underneath the first slide. And we're going to go to home. And we're going to go to, let's see, we're going to go to blank slide. So I'm going to scroll down and find the blank.
Hold on, I missed that. I clicked on the slide 1, right?
No, underneath slide 1. So that you have that red line going across, because that's where we're going to insert a slide.
Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. All right.
And then we're going to go to home and go to new slide, click on the down arrow and scroll down because blank is usually down at the bottom.
Okay.
So we're going to click on blank. And now it's going to add a blank slide there first. Okay. It might have some design on it, but it's blank. That's fine. And what I'm going to do here is I have on, you can see my grid lines and all of that on mine. I'm going to go ahead and turn those off. I just want to see a blank slide for now with no lines on it. I can turn those back on later. But I'm going to go ahead and go to view. And I have on ruler, grid lines, and guides. So I'm going to leave my guides on, and I'm going to turn off lines, and I'm going to turn off my ruler. Did I mean to do that? Oh, it's guides. I'm going to turn off guides. I don't want to see that. I can leave my ruler on, but I'm going to turn off grid lines and guides, okay? Just so I can see a nice blank screen. And the first thing that I'm going to play with right here is going to be the background. I'm going to play with the background. So I want those stripes, but I want it a little stripier than it was, okay? And I don't know what just happened here. What the heck?
I was going to say, well, how did you get there?
I moved my mouse in some crazy way and it just did that. I don't know. I just touched it in some way and it moved. Okay, so here's my blank screen. And the first thing I'm going to do is work with the background. So of course, all you have to do is point to the background and right click, and you'll get a list, and it says format background. So that's an easy way of finding it. And then you have it on the right-hand side. And I'm going to show you today all the stuff that you can do just in this one area, just here. And then class is going to be over, okay?
All right.
So let's start at the top. First of all, I have really a solid background right now, even though I've got, all this other stuff on it. So I've got a solid background. And I'm going to be using undo a lot here to demonstrate. So I'm going to press Control Z to undo. So if you want to undo, you have an undo button up here at the top, or you can use hold down the Control key and press the letter Z. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so the first thing we have up is a paint can, and we have fill. Like, how do you want to fill this background? And so I'm on solid fill right now, and I'm going to go down here to color. Okay. And the button that I'm not going to use with this is apply to all. I'm not going to use that right now. I'm just going to work on this particular blank slide that we created. So I'm going to go here to color, and I'm going to change my color. So I'll change it to that color. And this is what it does. It changes the background, but it leaves all of my other neat designs there. It leaves them all there. Okay. And I think I'm going to change it to an even darker color. I think that I'm going to change it. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to change it to that color. Okay. So you can see that, right? I know you're working on yours, but if you got another screen, you can look at mine too.
Okay.
Okay, we're good with that, right?
Yes.
That's solid. And you can change, let me just see if we can change we can change the transparency of that also, you see? So just use your transparency button and go back and forth. You can change the transparency. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way down because I like the darker color. Okay, let's go to the next one, gradient. Okay, and this gradient is already, it's already on a particular gradient. You see how it goes from light to dark?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so here's all the controls down here for gradient. What this background pane does is each time you choose a different category here to fill, it gives you a whole nother another list of options here for things that you can change. So gradient means that you can go to different colors. So here's some preset gradients, and if we go here, we can look at the different gradients. See that, how it goes from light to dark?
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, those are nice. Okay. So right now, the way this looks, it's on linear gradient. So look at the number, click down, look at the type, and it should say linear. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, it's saying.
Well, let's change it and then go back to the presets. So let's change it to radial and go back to the presets.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And now it, it puts the color more in the middle. Let me make sure that it's changing. Let's make sure. No, it's not really changing that. It's not really changing the presets at all.
Change the
but
color.
It should be. Yeah. Okay, so let's go. See, we got linear, we got radial, where it changes. So now you have the lighter color on the left. I mean on the right. And then it goes to the darker color. And then you have rectangle, which goes down in the corner there and then up, right? And then you have, and then you have path, which takes on the shape. And this is really neat because it takes on the shape. Okay, and then shade from title. I guess maybe we have to have a title in there. So we don't have anything at this time. So let's go to radial. Let's go to radial. All right, now we have direction is next. So now it's asking us what direction do we want to go in with the light. So we can go from the bottom right-hand corner up, the bottom left-hand corner up. We can go in the center. I'm going to go in the center. That makes a nice presentation. And then we can go upper left corner or upper right corner where the light is coming from. Okay, so you can imagine putting a picture in here and you got a picture of maybe a grandbaby and you want the light to shine on that grandbaby from one side or the other. You can do that.
Oh, wow.
All right. Okay, I don't have anything in here for angles yet. But what I do have is this gradient stops. And right now it has 2 stops in it. So if you can see my screen, I want you to watch this, please. If you can see my screen, I'm going to move one of these and show you what it does. You see that? It makes the center brighter, and then this makes the center less bright when I move it over. I can move in my darker color so that my bright spot is more in the center. You see?
Yeah.
And the other thing that you can do with this, I mean, there's so many things you can do with this, but the other thing you can do with this is if you left click right there, it'll give you another one. So if I wanted to change the color of any of these, I could do it. So I clicked on it. I got another little stop and I selected this stop and I'm going to change the color to a darker color. So there we go. You see that? Yes. Now I got a darker color on the edges. You see? And now I can make that little circle even smaller.
Okay.
Okay. So try that. Go ahead and click and maybe add four gradients, but you can change the color of each one. And right next to it is where it has a little add button and a little X button, but you got to click on the one that you want to take away. If you want to take one away, make sure you click on it. I think I'm going to add one more in here. I'm going to add one more and make it even darker. So
oh, wow, that's
right
neat.
There.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to add, oh yeah, now I made it darker. I like that.
I don't know what I've created, but I like it.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. And then I did this by sliding these, like you can hold down these stops and slide them, but you can also change the degree, the percentage of position. So like right here where it says, you see where it says position?
Yes.
So let me just tell you this. This is important because if you, excuse me, if you want to duplicate this, then what you have to know is that you have in my case, I have 4 gradients. And then I click on each one and get the percentage. So the first one, the pink is 14%. The next one is 38%. The next one's 64%. And the next one's 87%. So if you're designing a presentation, you want to write that down. So just in case you have another slide and you want it to look the same with different colors, you know what your percentage is.
Okay.
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 So you can either do that or you can duplicate the slide and then just don't change any of the position. just click on each one and change the color.
That
So
might be.
either or will work. Okay.
That might be easier.
Yeah, but that's what it's for. I just want you to know how you would use that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like the colors. When I go to the colors and I've made up this beautiful color, because I can use this ink, this eyedropper, and I can match a color. But then I don't know how to get that color back or repeat it someplace else. So what I can do is go to more colors and go to custom and then just write down those numbers.
Okay.
And as long as I input those numbers, I will get the color that I want for a particular thing that I'm working on, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's just how you use those. Okay, and then transparency, you know, how transparent do you need it to look? I don't want to mess with that. That doesn't look good. It's changing the transparency of the last color because that's the one that I'm selected on. And then the brightness, maybe you want it to be a little brighter. I don't want it to be any brighter. Oh, now I made it really dark. Oh, okay. Let me move it over a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, once you get your background set, you might want it for all your slides. You can apply to all, or you can just forget the whole thing and reset the background. It'll take everything away. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Okay, so class is almost over and we only got to gradient, but I'm going to click on picture and texture. And there's my picture and texture. So I guess it input that sun for me again. That's pretty cool.
What did you click on? I'm sorry.
We went to the next one after gradient, picture or texture fill.
After grading. Oh, picture. Oh, I got you.
And then we have our selections under this. So you can insert a picture from a file from the clipboard or online. And next class is going to be all about pictures. So we'll probably be able to go here and do some of that. Okay. But that's how I got this picture in here. So I went to file and this was the picture that I had originally and insert, and then it would put that picture in.
Okay. That's pretty.
Okay. Yeah. Or you could go to clipboard and choose a picture from the clipboard. Okay. And it will allow you to put a picture, and usually the clipboard is coming from the internet, although I don't see it coming up on mine. Okay, so I'll go back to, actually I'm gonna just undo Control Z and uh-oh, I made a mess of that. Okay, there we go. All right, and then, the clipboard, it's if you've copied and pasted something, so you could get it off the clipboard. That's what it is. And then online is over here. So this will take you to the internet if you want to get a picture off the internet. Mm-hmm. And then you have texture. So down here, when you click on that, you can actually change this to a texture. So there's my textured background. Okay. Click on the down arrow and it just gives you a bunch of textures. There's a newspaper texture. Okay. Lots of textures. Okay, I did an undo and put it back the way it was. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so we'll stop there. You can go and experiment with the rest of this yourself.
Okay.
Here's pattern fill, and that's how I got this background here, this great background, which I love. Okay, so there's my pattern fill. There's lots here that you can use. That's nice too. That one's nice too. Very nice. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you got your foreground and background. So if I wanted my pink to be a little bit darker, there we go. So I can make it a little darker. If I wanted to be a little lighter, I go to more colors and go to custom and just slide up a little bit and make it just a little bit lighter. There we go. Okay. And then I can hide the background graphics, which I don't want to do. That's the stuff that's on the master slide. I can hide that, which makes it nice. I don't have to go in and try to delete all of it. I can just hide it if I don't want it on this particular slide. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right.
All righty.
Wasn't that great?
That was great.
Right.
I just love this software. I mean, I'm just in love with PowerPoint. I love it.